Alright guys, real quick, got the Zenith on the side for a little bit till I have a little further chance to look up for parts and look at that choke coil on there, a couple other things I want to do. But anyway, right now I ain't worried about that. This guy, I was using it yesterday, and I had some problems with the RFIF signal selector switch. It was pretty rough. And also the RFIF level vernier control was pretty bad, so I'm going to get this dude down and get it apart. Let's see if we can clean this switch here, get that working, probably this one too, this one here as well, and this one here. So hopefully, and probably the rest of these. Hell, I don't know. This thing is don't get used a whole lot. When I use it, it starts doing that mess. It was almost unusable yesterday. So anyway, let me get this thing down and let's crack it open, as a fella I know says. So be back shortly. All right, I finally got this cotton picking thing down, the VA62A, and just looking at it all right here, and it's pretty filthy. Honestly, I wish I could pressure wash it. It's pretty busy in this thing. Every single core piece of test equipment I've ever seen, always been like that. Always been just jam-packed full of stuff. What I have to get to is this control. I don't think that control is bad, but this for sure is the one that's giving the problems. And then this guy, this guy, this guy, and probably that guy. So probably all of them. So I'm gonna do this. Look at this big old boy. Oh, holy gee, how in the devil do we clean that? So I don't know. Nothing's ever... I'm going to rename this channel the Gilligan's Island channel. So you know how the 3-hour tour took them 30 years to get home, whatever it was? Can't have nothing simple. Like, I've never found a good way to clean these switches. The control in question is down in there, which means I got to figure out a way to get to it easy to clean it. So that's my project. I was hoping it'd only take a minute, but don't look like it. So let me figure out how to get to this stupid thing, and I'll bring you back. Yeah, I can go from 60 frames per second to 30. Doesn't really make much of a difference. Anyway, I've got my little RCA 12-inch right here that I'm using as the guinea pig for this guy right here. And anyway, I had a problem with this cable here yesterday. You see, I can move it around and it just kind of goes nuts. See that right there? So this cable is not the best in the world. I'm going to try to find me an RG58 that I could put real BNCs on instead of using whatever the heck this is. This stuff here, that's not a very good connection. And then I'm pretty sure this connection inside this adapter is not quite right either. Anyway, there it is right there. Still noisy. That audio switch, pretty ready. Tone, make everybody deaf. So the biggest one we got, this guy, we got to do the audio control here, and that seems okay. Let's do the vernier control, needs cleaning, so those two. I'm going to see if I can get to that one. I don't know if I can or not, but this one and this one for sure. I don't know about that one there. We'll put a voltmeter on it, VOM on it here in a minute and see. But let's see. The video pattern switch seems to be okay. Alright, see, the digital meter, that drives this right here. Drive signal, we might put a scope on it right here on the drive output, see what it looks like on that. Let's see, multi-burst bar sweep interrupt, so let's see. We're just testing the switches on it. Yeah, that switch there, a little bit dirty. Yeah, so that bank of switches needs to be cleaned too. My Lord, so this for sure. Don't know about that, and don't know about these. So, alright, enough fooling around with it. Let me go clean them. Okay, so I just had I'm running low on my contact cleaner. That's not good. I'm going to have to get me some more of this. Anyway, the audio frequency switch, this little sucker right here, if you can see it. Let's see if I can get this can in here. I'm going to give it a good. Yep. As soon as I get this back on there. Got to get in here somehow or another. I may have to get in front of y'all. Well, I don't like these switches. I don't know. I'm not above taking this thing apart, taking that switch out. I know this board swings down right here. I swung that board down, which I don't know I can do. I need to be able to get in here. I need to saturate that switch. The straw keeps breaking off of it. Plan B. Doing it wrong. Yeah, y'all probably figured that out too, didn't y'all? Set it up like this, and then I can turn it like this. I'll widen y'all out. No, matter of fact, oh my gosh. Sometimes my impatience gets the best of me. Shake it, Cam. Didn't know I was going to move, okay? Sue me. Alright, so I'm going to turn you around like that. You trying to go in there. You know, I think this is a stupid thing to record. I'm just cleaning a switch. Put that towel in there to catch residue. See if it did any good. I'd say that's a negative there, Ghost Rider. Alright, time to bring out the D5. Got a little bit of this expensive stuff in this can. Don't want to use a whole lot because it just gets all over everything. But I think in this case I'll make an exception. Power off. I'm going to give it a good dose of that. Try again. Get in here to it. No. Felt it switch free up at least. Little Deox, man. That was the last of that can. That's lasted me a few years. And I noticed on my memories that today marks the 2nd year anniversary of this shop building being completed, and all the painting and everything has been done to it and finished, ready to move in. So that was an exciting day for me, and it was 2 years ago today. Seemed like it'd been longer. Alright, place your bets. Fire back up. Gotta put it back on the right channel. That helped. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Okay. Well, let's see here. So, Deoxit 1, CRC QD contact cleaner, 0. Wow. You know how much I like my QD contact cleaner. Well, this time it didn't do the job, but the Deoxit did. But never fear, I got a brand new can. Alright, so moving on. What next? May as well put some. May as well put some of the Varnier. Turn it. Oh, we don't need that. That's the Varnier control. So, let me give it a bath. Well, that is going to be a lot of fun. Lots and lots and lots of fun. Here's the control right here. This control right there, okay? RFIF level Vernier. However, that control, if I can get over here to it, right there. You can see it. Believe me, it's right there, buried. There's a circuit board right here that's in the way. You can almost see it down through there, which is almost impossible, and you can't even get to it from here. Might be able to get through here through that eyelet, but it doesn't look like it lines up. Gee, I may have to do drastic steps. Golly, I may have to take this whole top section right here off just to be able to get to this board, be able to take this board out, to be able to unhook that, pull it out, but I don't even know if I can do that. So let me research that, figure out how to do that. Okay, what I'm going to attempt to do, is I pull the knob off the control off the front. I'm going to loosen it up, the control up. In fact, I can probably just take the nut off of it. And I'm going to attempt to be able to turn it, if it will. I'm going to try to turn it enough to where I can reach it. Yes, I can see a hole. I'm going to turn it. I hope I don't damage it. I'm going to pick this back up on this bottom. And I want to get the deoxit out. Make sure I got the right one. Deoxit D5. Now, I could use Fader Lube. I don't really want to do that either. But I want to reach right in through here, and I know you can't see it. Yeah, you can. Hang on a second. I'll show you what the heck I'm doing. That way you won't think I'm crazy. Well, you might think I'm crazy. I don't know. Shake the cam. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Unavoidable. Ugh, can't talk. Unavoidable. We'll take you off a second. All right. This is so much fun. The light right in the viewfinder and all this. Give me a minute. Calm down. I gotta find it. Sucker right there. Where is my pointer? There it is. It's that sucker right there. You can see it. Anyway, trust me. It's there. I'm trying to get this stupid light out of the way of the camera, of you, of me. I'm going to take this guy here and I'm going to go right through there. If you can see, I'm going to attempt to zoom you in, okay? There. See the yellow tip right there moving around? I got it right where I need it. Here we go. I just flooded that sucker. I'm just going to turn it back and forth and it freed up. My Lord. Let me unzoom you. I really don't like putting deoxit in here. But I think in this case I could get away with it. So let me play with that a few minutes and I'll put it back together and we'll see how it works. Alright, boy was that fun. Alright, I got everything back together. Got the knob back on, secured, everything's good to go. So power it back up. Put it back on channel 3. Here we go. Wow, that is smooth. You see that? That's much better. Much better. Much better. Alright, so we're 2 for 2. Deox to the rescue. Twice in a row. Woohoo! Thank you, Lord. Alright, so what next? Let's look at the DC power supply rail and let's see how it's doing. And it's, I think it's 0 to 35 volts. I think if I can get to that pot, I'm just going to go ahead and clean that pot. We're not going to worry about testing. I'm just going to give it a little toot of Deox, turn it, and be done with that, and I ain't going to worry about it. So let me do that, and then we'll switch our attention over to this side of the instrument, and let's see if we can figure out these guys right here. Again, this switch right here, the video pattern switch right here, as I adjust it, seems to be stable. External modulator 10 bar staircase. I don't know what that's about. Probably because I'm on a black and white, I can't see it. I don't have a color set in here. Let's get rid of it. Anyway, like I said, let's move over to this side here and work on that. Alright, I hope you guys can see this. There you go. This guy here is the next row of switches. That's going to be a little fun. So I'm probably going to have to get this, I'm going to have to take this switch bank out if I possibly can, to be able, I guess I could pull the buttons off and get to them from the front. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that too. Damn, that's going to be a pain in the butt. It looks like they're riveted. The chassis is riveted. That support mounts, if you'll see that right there, that rivet right there. So this board here is the upper bunch of function switches or push buttons. So this one here is probably the same way. I'll probably have to pull all the buttons off and then take the screws out and unplug that, and I might be able to get to it like that right there. So that's next. So let me figure out how to do that and bring you back. Well, I was kind of reluctant to do this, but there you go. There you go. I got it opened up a little bit more. I got the power off. Anyway, there's the bank of switches I'm worried about. And I can get to this wafer switch here, so I'm probably going to give it a little bit of a cleaning too. Get a lot better view of these controls. I wish I'd have done that before. I was just kind of scared to open this thing up a little bit. It needs a little bit of cleaning right here. Whew, that board's nasty. So I might get in here with a brush in it a little bit and just take it over to my other my workshop over there. Get me a brush, soft bristle brush, and kind of use it and an air compressor to blow some of this dirt out of it. Kind of hate to do that now, blow all that dirt into my controls. But it really needs a little bit of a cleaning. So I got to get this out. And it looks like, seeing the camera tripod's in the way. Let's see, this is all these wires right here, and it goes down somewhere. God almighty, that goes down in one of these boards here. I have no clue where it goes. Probably right here. I don't know. Like I said a few minutes ago, I'm going to have to think about this in a little bit. See what I can do. Bring it back. Oh my word. This row of switches right here, something I don't recommend you guys taking out, okay? Don't do it. Because there's one screw here and another screw over here, and that's all that holds this whole bank of switches on there. And I can tell you right now the geometry is not quite right, because the switch is kind of not very well supported, just two little arms on each end, and these buttons tend to rub a little bit, which affects how they operate. I pulled all those buttons off of there and I learned my lesson. Anyway, I've got a paper towel here to catch my overspray, to try to at least. And I'm going to, the only thing I can do is go into the tops of them. Let me zoom in a little bit. Go into the top. See where that white, that's where your little detent is right there, or a little ratchet paw or whatever you call it. I got to spray into those and just saturate them with some D5, and hopefully I can get enough in them to make these things work. So wish me luck. I hadn't even got out of the gate good yet, but if you look here, it's just 4.5 megahertz. Push button right here. Zoom you out a little bit. But if you look at it from the front, you'll see the alignment issue already. You see how that, if I can get the camera to do what I want it to do, it's too far up. You'll see the button. If I pull it down, you see the light through it. See that? That's how far these things are out of alignment. And frankly, I ain't 100% sure I know how to fix that. And it wasn't quite working good when I took it apart. So, once the switch is saturated, I think I overdid it just a little bit. But by the switch by itself, if we get back over here, zoom in a little bit, we'll push the switch in manually. See the little locking pin right there? It cycles perfect. I got it latched in, latched out, latched in, latched out. However, if I go to put this guy in here, you can see how it responds. It doesn't want to latch because it's not going all the way out. I don't know what to do about that. The only possible thing I know to do, man, I hate to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and clean the rest of these. And I might take this switch here and take a file or an emery board and just smooth it down a little bit, take it a little bit of material off the side and the top, just enough to give me clearance right there. I'm sorry, give me clearance around this right here. And I'll have to do whatever everyone needs, because I've tried adjusting or bending this bracket here. I don't know. I'm going to play with it. This is something I don't care to share with you guys because it's monotonous, boring, and frustrating to me. So I'll bring you back. Okay, this one was a tough one. These row of switches here were really rough. Right now you can see I got all my, I know it's not color, but you can still see the multi-burst. So if I turn off this first switch right here, the video carrier, see how that one's doing? Let's do it again. It doesn't want to go away. See that how bad it is? That's the problem. Even when the button is out, it doesn't respond properly. Well, let's do the second button. Second button, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. It's pretty good. Third button, in, out. See that one right there? Go back to that one. That one doesn't behave. That one's not behaving. This one here. A little noisy. Let's do the next one. See how it's flaky too if you just touch the button? Next one. It's a little more robust. And this one here is the fourth one. I just had to, not only did I do Deox on it, but I had to come back with this QD just a minute ago to make that one. See how more responsive that one is? Out, in, out, in. How clean it is. Now here's this one. It's not bad. Here's the second one. It's not bad. And here's this last one right here. It's good. So I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to go ahead and clean every one of these with this QD one at a time. I have enough left to do those, and that should take care of this. And so let me clean all those so we can move on from that. What's funny about this is, remember a while ago when we were cleaning the controls over here, it was Deox for the win. But when it came to the multi-burst bar sweep interrupts, all these push buttons right here, it was my good old QT contact cleaner for the win. So okay, so here we go. We're going to start from here and go all the way across. Some of these are depressed already. They live a rough life. They're depressed. What can I say? Anyway, so here we go. We'll start with the first one. The first switch is this row. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Let me do that again. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10. And there's 10 switches across here. So here we go. Left hand side. We're starting at number 1. See how in, out, in, out, in, out. See how well that one works? Here comes number 2. Out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Really clean, smooth, none of that weird stuff. Okay, number 3. That's in right now, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay? In. Okay, number 4. It's in right now, out, in, out, in, out, in. So on and so forth. In, out, in, out, in, out, in. In, out, in, out, in, out, in. In, oh, I'm sorry, out, in, out, in, out, in. Okay, it's in right now, out, in, out, in, out, in. Alright, it's in right now. It's number 9, out, in, out, in, out, in. And finally number 10, thank goodness. So it's in right now, out, in, out, in, out, in. That's very good. Now we're going to go back to the RFI variable control. Smooth as butter. Change the level. Smooth as glass. Audio. Okay, so far so good. All this is done. This seems to work okay, so I'm not going to mess with that. I went ahead and done these 2. Drive signal, I still got to check that. The level meter. I'm thinking this one's good the way it's acting. Ringing test, hadn't done that one yet. 3.58 megahertz dry. Not sure about that guy. No, I have to check the dry, this within the oscilloscope. So anyway, got what the offending thing done, so I'm going to hook up an oscilloscope to this. I'm going to turn this all around and let me see if I can figure out if there's a... I tell you what, if you don't see me test this, there was no problem. But if I test this, there'll be a problem. So in other words, if you don't see me messing with this, then it was okay. That way I can save a little video time. So depending on what goes on, you'll see me one thing or another. Bring it back. Alright, well, first thing we did is as you seeing me here, that means I found something already. So I'm on the drive output right here, okay, and this is the drive signal. This generates video patterns, audio, vertical and horizontal component sync, vertical sync, integrated vertical drive, horizontal transistor drive, horizontal tube drive, horizontal SCR drive, and horizontal key pulse. Anyway, I've got the drive range on 3 volt peak to peak, okay, and I'm coming out here BNC cable to my oscilloscope. So this right here, the drive level control, which is 0 center. Then you turn it this way, it'll go negative voltage. This turn it this way, go positive voltage. So right now it's balanced 0. So I'm going to turn it to the negative side. You see that? Woo! That's pretty rough, isn't it? Yeah, how about if you was working on something and you had to vary this very gently? So let's just put it somewhere just a little bit. Let's try the drive range switch and let's see how the drive range looks. Drive range switch and that function seems to be okay. Almost looks like I got a little bit of power supply ripple. So the drive switch itself, it looks like it's okay. So we're going to put that back down on 3. Put this back on calibrate. Yeah. So as I vary that control, you see how noisy that control is. So that's the next one, and that's not hard to get to. It's that control right there, and it looks like, I'm sorry, that control right there. I'm going to turn it off a minute, and I'm going to clean that control and see what happens. So I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Okie dokie. Let's show you something. Watch what happens. This TV is not connected. This TV is not connected to this at all. You see what's on the screen now. I'm going to reach over here and I'm just going to flip this switch and I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 on. Watch what happens. 1, 2, 3 on. Did you see that? A little bit of leakage come from this thing. Anyway, let's see what we did to our drive level. Ready? Oh, much more smoother. There's from the 0 starting point to the negative right there. Going back down, going positive now. See how smooth that is? I'm going to put it right about there. We're going to go up to the 30. So that drive level and drive range is working good now. So I'm going to bring it back down to 3. Let's go to video pattern. Let's see what happens. Look at there, there's video. Where'd that come from? Wow. Alright, let's go to audio. We did that. Vertical sync, composite. There it is. Alright, very good. Vertical sync. Got it. Vertical drive. We've all seen that before, hadn't we? I'm going to vary it. There's a negative. There's a positive. Negative. Positive. Very good. Horizontal. Again, this is going to raise our sweep speed up. Oh, wow. Nice. Vary it. Alright. There you are. So we're going to go to horizontal tube drive. Ooh, look at that. Looks good. Horizontal drive, SCR. Looks good. And finally, horizontal key pulse. Alright. Back to audio. Nice sound wave. Look at there. That all works. This all works. This all works. That all works. So 3.58 megahertz drive. Let me figure out how that works. Signal I don't know, man. Let's see, drive signal. See, the drive signal right here should be this right here. So let's see if it works. So we'll bring it up positive. It says here 2 volts peak to peak voltage. So let's see if that's what it says here. Alright, let's see here. So let's just go to voltmeter peak to peak. 1.93. So that's pretty daggum close to 9 volts. I mean 2 volts. So let's go negative. There's -2. 1.9798. That is close enough for government work. Okay. So let's see, what else can we do? Drive signal. Let's go to vertical drive. -2 volts. Bring that down. Still the same, you see. So that's actually tracking pretty good. Hang on a second. Hang on a second, I got to do something. My grandson's at the back door and my wife texted me. He's beating on the door saying Papa. We've just been trying to get him to say Papa and Nene for the longest time. And he's about 15 months now. And his little voice box is starting to work now. So let's see. Let's see if the DC power supply works on this guy. So let me see. Let me find a voltmeter worthy of us. Put that on DC volts. Let me get something to help us out here. Let's see, DC output right there. I need 2 hands. I know, shaky cam. Just think if I had a GoPro on a helmet. Anyway, here we go. I've got my voltmeter here, little Fluke 77 on DC, volts DC. So here we go. We're going to monitor on the digital meter DC power volts, which is this up here. We're going to make sure, so let's see how it goes. Showing 5 volts right there. Showing 5 volts right there. So that's pretty good. There's 10 volts, 10.5, 10.5. So that's really good right there. So we're doing real good. So I think this dude is ready to put back in the box. So, and I got one more thing to work on after that. So be back. Alright guys, I think I got the some of my test equipment working alright. Let's see what we got here. We got the VA62 back together, back on this nesting place. Everything works on it, everything checks as it should. I've got it hooked into my little RCA 12-inch little portable television or small TV, and there's a sound. level system works fine. The RF, IF signal, all that functions work. Let's see, the video pattern, all that does good, and change it here to whatever I want. By the way, the TV has pretty good linearity, horizontal and vertical. I didn't really touch that. Let's see, all these buttons work now. The digital drive meter up here works fine. The drive signals, all the drive signals look like they're good. I didn't do the ringing test. I didn't think about it actually, and I have something here to do the ring test anyway, so don't work on VCR, so I don't need the servo drive or the VCR standard. DC power supply works, so that's good. The other thing that I did is I repaired this little cheesy cable that I had. That's got the 75 ohm 300 adapter on it. So found a problem in the end of this connector right here. Had to cut it all apart. One of these little cheapies. I don't even know where I got this thing. I intend to buy a lot better product. Anyway, it's working fine now, so I won't have a problem with that anymore. So when I get ready to test that thing again there, I'll be ready for it. There was something else that I needed to fix. I think that was it. I thought there was something else on my bench that was not working right. I don't remember. Anyway, that's it, and check it out. We got that in today from Zazzle, Z-A-Z-Z-L-E. Go on Zazzle.com, and under their t-shirts you'll find it. Just put on their Dumont television. They got several other kinds in there too. I think old Banderson TV had one he was wearing. I asked him, where'd you get that shirt, but he never said nothing. So I just looked it up myself. I put Dumont television and it came up Dumont television TV, Dumont television t-shirt, and it came up. So just look that up on so let me turn this something around here.
Station wagon, high top, 2-door, 4-door?
Oh, I think a 2-door.
All right. Convertible, sunroof, vinyl top, Landau top.
Guy was getting
That little old TV has a good picture. I think she got it for $5 at a flea market. I'm sorry, a garage sale.
Did it have a plate?
I don't know.
Works fine. This is the one all I had to do. Clean the tuner. Look how solid that tuner is.
Oh, with all that dust in the air, how can I tell anything for sure?
Well, anyway, there you go, guys. Little shaky cam going on. I'm going to throw this video in there too. I got the Zenith TV should premiere Sunday morning. Time you get up and get your coffee and everything, it'll be on. So just get you a lot of toast and a lot of coffee and enjoy. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I guess the next thing I'll be doing is I guess working on that Zenith, unless I fix something else. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Y'all have a great day. God bless.